Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And how about if we just plan on having an open heart and be playful, even if it's serious, even if the questions that come up may be serious, even if it seems heavy, I'm inviting all of y'all to keep a light heart, an open heart, and just feel like the amazing hands that you're in right now during this call, with Debbie Johnson joining us and her connection to the angelic realm and the spirit guides and how she transmit that. And no matter what's coming up, to be curious as to how it's showing up for us and how we can play with the energy of creation. I saw a post yesterday on Instagram, and they talked that under normal circumstances, it takes 400 frequencies to create a new synapse in the brain. 400. But if you do it in a state of play, it takes 10 to 20 with the energy of fun and play. So I'm inviting us to that place where we're really entrenched from that place of joy and what else is possible and what we're stepping into and up to. And that call of leadership that is arising within all of us as we get to know ourselves even better. So with that, today's show is dedicated to all of y'all and the essence of that. And what a beautiful gift to have you here, Debbie, as that's being inspired on today's call. Thank you for being here.
I love being here, John. Hi, everybody.
So I know most everybody on the call knows you, and I'd love it if you gave us a little bit of a snapshot on how you've been working with people lately, what's been coming through, who and what you're connecting through, and also a lot of the healing that you yourself transmit, not just in the words of reassurance that you speak, but there's something that's very connecting more into divinity. Again, a healing energy that comes through what you bring forward.
The biggest thing that I always look for these patterns or, patterns that start to show up. The angels will show me this is happening a lot lately, or, this is a new thing that's occurring. But the biggest thing I've seen, I'd say over the past few months, is people leaving their body and actually realizing they're leaving their body.
Hmm.
What I mean is triggers. They get triggered by maybe a song, or someone sounds like someone from childhood. The voice is similar, or the scenario is similar, or they're acting similar, and they go to another time and they leave their body, so they deal with the situation from childhood instead of from now. It's
Oh,
a
wow.
very common thing that's happened. They're leaving their body, and angels are showing me they can put them back in really fast.
Oh, interesting. So wait, let me clarify. So people are leaving their body to go somewhere else to heal, but then they come back?
They're leaving their body in their consciousness. And so let's say you're in 2023
Mm-hmm.
and you get triggered by a boss or by your spouse, or someone just sets you off. Then your consciousness goes back to maybe 2000.
Hmm.
So angels can bring you back to 2023 so you handle it from now,
Ah,
not from childhood or teen, or wherever you were back then. um, but they're showing me they can get people back in their body really fast by just asking them.
oh, I love that. I want to get into how and what to ask in a second. And this may seem basic, but even if it's simplistic, I want to just go back to the simple understanding and awareness. Why are we jumping back to that timeline, into that particular event? Why are we leaving our bodies to do that?
Anxiety.
Hmm.
So someone gets anxious, consciousness splits.
Hmm.
And when the consciousness splits, breathing is weaker, vision is weaker, and so is digestion, and so is your psychic gift. So you're not as in tune, you're not as intuitive if your consciousness is split in half.
Hmm. Is that an aspect of soul loss also? I mean, they call it
Yes,
disassociation psychiatry, but we're experiencing soul loss. We're diminishing an action taking ability that we have now because we're leaving to go somewhere else in order to feel safe or numb or
yes,
to get to a place where we're not in that overwhelm or anxiousness.
yep. It's exactly what's going on.
Hmm. Well, I've done that a lot in my lifetime, for sure. I definitely disassociated and definitely created aspects of soul loss, most definitely when I was a child, experiencing my parents fighting and going through those circumstances. I've experienced it in car accidents and even in situations where I just didn't want to deal with
Yeah.
what was in front of me. And I see the aspects of this association against soul loss then, but again, the memory of it, we're re-experiencing another fracture and we're going back.
What's new? I mean, dissociation's been going on forever.
Yeah.
What's new is people are coming to me and actually saying, I saw myself outside of myself, and I saw like the awareness. It's like consciousness has increased, and this level of awareness that they're even doing it,
Hmm.
and the angels can fix it.
I love that. So again, y'all, and I want to go deeper into this just a little bit, and we're going to get into how the angels help fix it in a second, because I know it seems like the obvious question to ask, but I don't want to go there yet. We are going to get,
Okay.
I promise. And we're going to take live Q&A a lot, y'all, because we want to get
Okay.
into readings in your session. So again, if you want to ask your question, raise your hands. I'm going to start promoting some of y'all to panelists. Ask your questions in the chat box. April, put the link for the special offer in the chat box, please, because there is the opportunity for a 45-minute reading with Debbie. I signed up ahead of time, y'all, so I kind of hogged the time that was good for me. But one of the privileges of being the host, I always sign up for Debbie's offer, always. The disassociation, the thing is, again, we're catching ourselves in the process. Y'all, be aware where you're catching yourself, where that's happening. You're realizing, is it the sooner that we catch it, the better? And
Oh
actually do
yeah,
something about it.
absolutely. This is amazing to me. It's like it's like people are more awake than ever, is what I'm seeing, and it's awesome to me. It's like I'm seeing myself do this. So until we see it, we can't fix it, or we can't even ask for help.
Mhm.
So this awareness is new.
Hmm. What do you think? What are clients telling you that they're feeling when they feel that themselves leaving their body? Like what are they realizing within themselves? Are they describing it to you, or are they just describing that they're aware that it's happening?
They're aware. They usually describe it as visually seeing it.
Oh wow.
But what they when they come back in is they really feel the difference. Oh, that's what it feels like to be back in.
Ah, and it's safer to be back in. Wait, this actually feels better than being in that place.
Yes.
It's a visceral, like something coming back that was mine.
Yes.
Like missing a piece of the car, like one of the pistons is like, oh, it came back. I can function. I can run on all cylinders now instead of on partial cylinders.
Yeah, that's it.
So how do we ask the angels to help us with that?
When you know and recognize that you did it or left or triggered or you just feel spun out, angels put me back in my body and say the date
Hmm.
and the year.
So angels put me back in my body. Today is October 19th, 2023, to 12 p.m. Hawaii time. Is that basically it?
sometimes you say it more than once,
Okay.
and you can keep your eyes open, not closed, which you did.
Mm.
Did you feel any shift?
Oh, absolutely. It brought me into even more presence. Without that, there's something that locked in. It's like, whoa, like a clarity kind of like opens up.
Yeah, or a click.
Mm. Well, I know we're going to be doing it on the readings. I'm sure we are on
Yeah.
today's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, so that's fascinating. And again, I love that you're noticing more people are becoming aware
Mhm.
and asking to come back in. Because again, for a long time, we've heard from so many people, and it seemed like to be a theme. Like, I don't want to be on planet anymore. I'm not supposed to be here. I
Ah,
don't belong here. I don't want to be here. And that, in essence, was a partial escape valve of leaving our bodies, even
ah,
that.
yep.
So you saying that you hear more people that they're aware that that's happening, and you give them this tool, this empowerment, it speaks volumes about what's evolving in the consciousness and the collective. Super exciting.
People want to be back in so they can use their gift. When you're in your body, you get full access to your gifts.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, this is exciting, y'all. Y'all, we're going to get into a lot of Q&A here in a second. So we're coming back into that. You're noticing that. What do you notice is healing for people also, again, as we become aware of these things? It's in your sessions and work with clients, is there also an awareness of what aspects we're looking at another level that we haven't before, or the capacity to heal in ways that weren't available?
100%, John. Another one of my favorite things I've seen is the heart and how it's people are understanding the power of the heart. The heart, we can't kind of close our heart and like, I'm going to half close it and half, it's either all or nothing with the heart.
Hmm.
And more people are realizing, oh, I got to really open my heart or I'm not going to feel anything. You can't kind of quarter shut the heart or third shut the heart. It's
Hmm.
the heart's got to be open. And I'm noticing a lot of people understanding that now, including myself.
That's amazing. Yeah, there's an empowerment that's coming in, that thing that would seem vulnerable,
Yeah.
but when you step into it, it's like, oh wait, this wasn't vulnerable. This is actually one of the strongest things that I can do for myself.
Yeah.
And so
That's,
that seems like such an initiation, um, for many of us that are, it's just, and how do we open our hearts as we're witnessing different things that we're exposed to that would want us to judge or to shut down or not feel because it seems like too much, and still have the willingness to open and to be a participant in whatever way that we're supposed to for
that's
ourselves. Yeah.
yeah. You have to watch. That's where you go to the faith part. That
Mm.
okay, I'm having fear about opening my heart. That means the fear has to be transmuted to faith and keep opening, keep it open.
Mm. How does that feel to y'all? All of y'all that are listening and writing in the chat, how does it feel to open your heart to, or as you have been opening your heart, you've been feeling that, what's been different for you, or what have you noticed? I'd love your comments on that. Um, another quick topic that I want to get into, because we talked about this on our last call, and it was alive for the audience, and so up in the field talking about energies that are coming in, the malevolent energies, that there's a manipulation
Mm-hmm.
of energies that are coming through. There's shadow aspects we can say of ourselves, but the shadow aspects of other realms that are just, they could be demonstrating us where we are closed in our heart and other places, but they don't come in a way that really honor our beingness. There's
Right.
there's a separation from that light and a manipulation that doesn't honor. Um, Over the last couple of weeks, I experienced the feeling of someone trying to enter my energetic field for the sake of
Mm,
manipulating something. It's like, and I noticed it, and I can say I'm making it up, and I was aware of when it came. It's like, no, this is actually something that's happening. Someone's trying to, I call it mess with my wiring, affect me in a way that's not good for me for whatever agenda that they have. It's not honoring of where I am, and they have no permission. And for me, I could have easily reached out to you, to other people. It's like, oh, well, what's here, and help me clear it out and ask the angels. And for me, it's like, oh, it's this is also part of my growth, right? It's like, okay, I noticed it, I'm aware of it. Let me sit and let me amplify the truth of me and work on eliminating that from me. Let me ask my guides to help also, because I don't have to do it on my own. But it was an empowering situation rather than take it as like, oh my God, someone's trying to take something from me and go into the fear of it or the victimization of it. It's like, how can I rise in it and learn how to be in a way that I'm capable of, that I'm learning that I'm capable of even more dramatically, and in a way that I can guide others into doing that for themselves as well. And so as that comes in, what's been your experience with some of those energies, either personally or with clients as well, if you've had any anyway?
I the what the thing you just described, the best way I can explain it, I had a 16-year-old who was having being held down every night by a dark energy.
Wow.
And his mother called and wanted me to help him. And the angel said he had to show it no fear. He had to show the energy no fear and call on Michael to get rid of it. His mother told me the next day he did that and it never came back.
Wow.
As soon as he wasn't scared, the spirit left him alone.
Mm.
It's exactly what you just explained. As soon as the fear was gone, you were able to get rid of it.
Mm. It's it's powerful. It's powerful how we feed different
Yep.
energies. We can feed them in the most positive aspect, and we can feed them in a way that feels really uncomfortable. That feels like something is being drained from us. I had an experience in South America when I was down there for a retreat, and we were in this big room they called the Tamba, and in a ceremony, and I saw all these spirits coming in, and they were not. Um, they were dense from the jungle. They were manipulative energies, and I felt them like gargoyles, like flying around in the room. And I was just sitting just in lotus position, just aware of the energies that were going by. There was about 26 of us in a room, and I can see like these energies like landing on people and like siphoning off of them. I'm giving you all a little dark scenario, not
Mm.
for fear, but just to let you know of the power that we have and what we carry. And I was noticing, and I can, I'm pretty good about reading people's fields and just reading potential and what's keeping them for potential. So I can see the things that were feeding the fears, the limitations, or the doubts. And the people, it's like, okay, this is part of their journey and interesting what's happening. And it's all about coming into empowerment. And so I played with the energies. It's like, oh, I'm going to bring in a limiting thought. I'm going to bring a limiting thought. I'm going to bring
Mm.
up fear into my body to see what happens. And I played with a thought, and within 2 seconds, this energy started gravitating. And it's like, okay, nope, thought gone. And then they'd like lift away. It's like, oh, let me do this a couple more times. And I did. And it was fascinating that what I carried in my authority, the fear, the doubt, the anxiety, whatever it may be, the anger, the
Mm.
judgment, it all attracted those types of energies, and that's what they siphoned off. That was like their entryway into us. Um, but whenever I just held a pristine state, and I didn't have to do it alone. I was calling in my guides. I was calling in others that resonate that, and it was, we'll call it a team effort. It was a resonant field that I was able to conjure through my thoughts and in my body. And in that, I just saw all these energies just swirling around other people. And it's like, I so wanted to share with them how to get into the space that I was. But it wasn't for me at that moment. It was everybody's individual experience. So it's powerful what's streaming through. And it's important that we not deny that there's different aspects of polarizations that exist, that some have very clear agendas that maybe aren't necessarily um, for your benefit. Um, and again, to be aware and to be aware of how to be in relationship or in awareness of it, so that we can get to a place of really clearing our field and being in the most pristine state where we can honor where it is that we're going. So fascinating.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you have any other experiences of energies like that or anything that you want to share that people can work with if they feel something that feels off?
So the thing that I like about what you explained is you had an awareness. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like the awareness that I've been seeing lately. Everyone seems to be more aware. Like something just felt funny, or, that felt like it weird, or pay attention to that. Something
Mm,
just feels different. You're not making that thought up. That thought came for a reason. If you felt something was a little off, or you walk into, let's say, the grocery store, and you're like, I don't feel right now. Um, you know, don't deny those little thoughts, because they're heightened. They're part of the heightened awareness. But a
mhm,
couple things I like to share that I use and notice is if my aura gets weaker, if I'm hungry, if
mm,
I'm tired. These are places where my aura gets more vulnerable. So keep this in mind. Make sure you're feeding yourself good, getting your rest. Self-care really protects your aura. Also, if I'm in more fear, I notice my aura will get weaker. Those things put you in a vulnerable state. And just keep that in mind. Make sure you're nourished. If you're in a lot of fear, remember, angels are not telling you all these fearful thoughts. It's never coming from the angel realm. If you
mm.
recognize that, you can shut it off, turn it off.
What would you do, Debbie, is if some of these energies start coming in through dream time while we're sleeping? Because it seems like that seems to be where we're least like conscious of the action that we can take.
So that's a really good question, and that there's a couple ways you can deal with that.
Mm,
So usually, if that's happening repetitively, um, and you're asleep, what I would do is call in Archangel Michael prior to sleep. Archangel Michael, protect my sleep. May only the highest wisdom come through. A
mm,
prayer before bed. Also, amethyst next to the bed is really good. It kind of it's like a dream catcher. It gets rid of negative dreams. And dream catchers actually work if they're really from the Native American community. They actually do work. They work, but I like amethyst the best. That's my favorite.
mm. Yeah, you suggested that not too long ago. And I've started putting it next to the bed also, and it's been really wonderful. Such an ally. You
Helps.
like
Yeah.
working with crystals, obviously, as well, right?
Yeah. I resonate with crystals a lot. I think they're like little healers, mini
Do you
healers.
also work? You work with sage and sound and drumming sometimes also, is like, or is the crystal realm really your realm?
The crystal realm and then the crystal bowls are my two
Okay.
go-tos for energy in
Yeah, you and
clearing.
the crystal bowls is pretty epic. So on some of the special offers, and I'm not this one, some of the special offers Debbie's offered the crystal bowls and her singing also, and just talk about lifting up the energy um, in the space. It's absolutely wonderful. So amazing. Debbie, I can ask you 100 questions, but let's go to Q&A because I know that there's going to be a lot that's going to come in through the awareness of the questions that are coming through.
All
And
right.
I'm calling on some of y'all. April, one more time, put the link for the special offer in the chat box. Y'all, 45-minute session with Debbie. There's other items in the special offer later that we're going to review. So we'll get to it later, is what I was trying to say. But again, I want to put in for those of y'all that know you want to book something like me. I already booked. Go ahead and book your session and take advantage of it. And let's start with our callers. How about we start with Amy? Amy, welcome to the call. If you can unmute your microphone and ask Debbie your question.
Hello. Oh, this is my first time ever being
Hi,
able to
Amy.
join and do this. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
awesome.
Yeah, so thank you. Um, yeah, and my question, it was interesting. I was like, I think Debbie can help her, the angels, but I have a financial issue and I feel very calm about it, like it's going to get resolved, but it's very it is kind of like I don't it's very challenging. So I was just, yeah, my question was, what the angels have to say, or
Yeah, I'm hearing a gentleman on the other side. He says what you're planning or thinking to do will work.
Hmm.
What you already have in your mind is going to work. And he mentioned December. It would work by December. So that's not that long.
yeah, no, it's not. Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much. Yeah, so glad to be here.
It feels
Thank you
like
for
there's
being
another.
here.
It feels like there was another question that you wanted to ask, and for some reason, I'm excited to ask you about
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, well, that's that's the big one, but
it. I don't think so.
well, well, I mean, I'm very much in a life transition where I'm really navigating between the logical and the intuitive. I mean, that's the big straddling point. And so it's this constant, what I'm fluctuating between consciousnesses, like, or like, so that's, the bigger, and I think my finances or the way I'm going, this is a whole new way to navigate.
Can I ask the question for you,
Yes.
Debbie? Debbie, what's more real for her right now, the logical or the spiritual?
The spiritual is more real.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so tap in and trust yourself, and you don't have to dive off the cliff immediately because the spiritual comes in. Take baby steps, sip it, get to know it, become friends with it, become intimate with it, and learn to trust the love that's coming to you in a way that you'll feel even more comfortable taking action on it, and that you get to know your yeses in such a beautiful way and your no's in an empowered way. But your spiritual's coming up very strongly, and your mind can join you in the spiritual. Your mind and the spiritual are not separate. It's just a reframing, and the safety that you're creating within yourself as to, okay, which world's more real right now and which one's going to serve me better for my soul's purpose.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, blessings to you, love. Yeah, thank you for
you.
your call.
Yeah.
I love that we get to play like this, Debbie. Thank you. All right, let's
Oh,
go to
I love what just happened.
mm, Epic. Did you have something else to say, or shall we move on?
Well, I just wanted to say, when you asked her that question, the angel said, yes, her heart opened. I
Hmm.
felt it.
Ah, nice.
She felt safe enough.
Amy, blessings. Yes. All right, let's go to our next caller. April, welcome to the show.
Hi. Hi, Debbie. Hi, John. Debbie.
Hi, April.
I Hi. Anything from my mom or any guidance or anything that's going on would be helpful. Great.
Well, I'm seeing the angel number 444. So that means whatever is in your head, whatever your fear is not going to happen. That's the first message. Like, I keep seeing an image of, when you cut fabric and you have to divide it up. I'm hearing that something you think that has to be divided or split doesn't have to be. So the fear that
Okay.
you have to, you don't have to give something up. There's a fear of giving something up, but the angel said you can have it all. You get it all.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I can smell a perfume or someone in heaven that always smelled the same. There's a scent. They always smell the
It would
same,
probably
and you
went.
would, yeah, you're smelling her essence.
Yeah.
She's in her aura. She's in your aura because I can. It's a fragrance. It's a psychic smelling.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That was her. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll know. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for calling in.
Bye, April.
Bye, April. And for all of us, I do that too. I'll feel my mom and my dad, and sometimes there's just, it's almost like a sense like I receive it, but there is a fullness of receiving that is available to open up to, like an opening of the heart even more. It's like, oh, that is mom. And if I love your tears that are coming through, just that confirmation. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Come back and listen over and over again and feel that love for you. And what you have access to, what you're opening up, what you're smelling. So beautiful. Okay, let's continue. There's some great questions that came in. I'll have to read them after we pick our next caller. There's so many of y'all I want to pick. I want to pick on everybody, but I can't. Well, perhaps we can, but let's continue. Melanie, let's go to you. Welcome to the call.
Hello, thank you.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi. So I originally was just going to ask who my angel is and what they need me to know. But then when you were talking before, you brought up something that had happened to me as well with being attacked in my sleep all of the time. And this happened since I was really little, same figure, same look, same everything, kept coming for a very, very long time, for many years. And he got more violent as time went on. But
Yeah.
I woke up from the sleep paralysis one night, and I heard an angel tell me, grab my Bible, go downstairs and open it. And I did. And I just started saying the verses out loud. I don't remember what they were. I don't remember where I was. I closed the Bible when I was done. And he's never come back. He's never come back. But also, neither have my dreams. I've lost most of my dreaming ability. I used to have very vibrant dreams. And ever since, this is like 8 years ago now, and I don't dream anymore. And it's very, very rare. And I feel my angels are near me, but I can never hear them. Like I feel intuition, and I get that, and I'm growing deeper into that. But I can never hear them, and I've been trying so hard for 2 years. So is there a blockage that's happening with that experience? Is that why that just all came to my mind?
Well, I will tell you this, that you gave me chills when you got the message from the angels, and you heard them and were fearless. You dropped your fear with that knowing and instruction. Your fear went, and that's why the spirit was able to leave. It is not why your dreams stopped. The angels say your dreams stopped because you're lacking. This was already there before the spirit was gone. You're lacking in a nutrient.
I got the same thing. I was going to
Really?
exactly the
She's
same place.
missing some. I want to say iron or B12. I mean, it's something in the blood or blood work. You're lacking in a nutrient.
I got that it was a dietary change in the evening.
Yep.
If you've changed your eating routines in the evening, there's something that is disrupting your sleep. You're not going into REM. Something that you can do every night before you go to bed. Drink a glass and a half of water before you go to bed. It'll disrupt your sleeping in the right time, so you'll go back in the second phase and get into REM sleeping faster. If you're
Okay.
waking up early to exercise and to if you're really focused on a particular routine, sleeping in from time to time so you can go into REM cycle, your dreams will come right back. But there's something that, yeah, there's something in the nutrients. The water part's going to help. What else are you picking up, Debbie?
That was why they stopped. I'm like, she just needs this nutrient, and it's something in like the blood or red blood cells. It's something around that. It's either iron or not getting enough iron or not absorbing iron or B12. It's to me, it's feeling like one of those.
Mm.
Okay. Wow.
But
Thank you.
I would find out. I would do a blood panel, like just do a straight up female blood panel and see what comes up. You know, I believe in blood work. Check it out.
I do too. I do
Okay.
too,
Yeah.
tremendously. And you know, people talk about hormones all the time. They talk about adrenals, cortisone, thyroid. Hardly anybody ever really talks about the pineal and what we secrete through the pineal gland, and those hormones, and it all starts from there. So blood tests are amazing. Try the water also. I bet you within a week and a half, they may become a little more vivid as you kind of change up your routine. If you do wake up early in the morning, up before sunrise or at sunrise, some sun gazing could be really beautiful to bring your body hormone chemistry to help increase melatonin production in your body, and you'll get into that easy circadian rhythm through sun gazing as well. So those are some physical things that you can do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And good freaking job standing up to that energy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Aligning. Really.
Oh, it took me a lot in my life. It took me my life.
Well, I get it. I used to have abysmal dreams, falling down the abyss for years, decades, until I finally stood up to it and they went away. So, and again, I'm saying this for everybody's sake, excuse me for going long, but really acknowledge that you took that energy out of you and that it didn't take anything from you. To think that it took something from you, it's like, nah. And if even that belief is there, it's like, well, I'm taking it back right now. What's today's date, Debbie? How do we invoke
10/19/2023. I'm in my body. Maybe she should say that. You think, John?
10/19/2023. I'm in my body. Yes.
Open your eyes. Keep your eyes open. Say it one more time.
10/19/2023. I'm in my body.
Yes.
How's that feel?
Good.
It's a great practice. Blessings too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing. Debbie, I want to ask you a question. It's personal, but I think it perhaps a lot of y'all can relate to it. And I'm gonna take some more questions. Again, there's some great questions that are coming in the chat box as well. This eclipse corridor and the energies, and I don't know if it was related to the eclipse or not, but as we went into it, I started feeling like this, like a big chasm in my energetic field. It felt like a void place, and it felt empty, and almost like I was bracing for something to happen unknown, or a surprise for something, or a shift. I can't quite put my hands on what it is. I don't know if it's a reorganization of something new that I'm stepping into, and it feels so unfamiliar that it feels like a big void. I can't quite land on it, and I'm curious if the guides have any insights that they could share with me.
What I felt it too, and several phone calls about it. But the word I'm here, I couldn't verbalize it till now, to be honest.
Oh, good time.
Everyone was having a different experience. So it was more, I was focusing on the individual. But as a group, they're telling me there was an element of separation. So there, you actually felt the gap.
Yeah.
The gap, almost like Mercury retrograde. We can't feel the other side for a minute. So there was a moment where you actually couldn't feel the other side. It's still there. It didn't go away, but we couldn't feel it.
Wow.
And in that moment, a lot of dark energy will creep in, because what comes up, you can't feel fear.
Hmm.
And we have all that
It's
chaos going
definitely
on right now.
compromised my. It's just I've been yeah. It's definitely
Mhm.
compromised my immune system. I've been feeling tired, really sensitive to the touch. I've been clenching my jaw, which I never do. It's like, what is this? Where's this coming from? I never. It's so
Mm,
rare for me to get sick or to feel the beginnings of that, and it's just it wreaks havoc
yeah,
on our nervous system and in our physicality. How
yeah.
can we get back into balance with those energies? How can we build the bridge of that chasm?
Just knowing it's how you feel, but it's not real. It's a
Mm,
feeling, but it's not real.
mm. Ah,
That's where our emotional stuff our emotions are so powerful, they can throw off our spirit, right? So you
mhm.
might feel the gap, not a real gap. Spirit's never gone. The other side's never gone. It's always right there. The angels are always right there.
Mm.
But we can actually, sometimes we are like, where are they? I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Doesn't mean they're not there.
Right. Oh, amazing. I so love that because it was so disorienting. It's like, okay, this
Yeah.
is, and I know I'm coming into my center, but still kind of feeling like that being rocked on the ocean in the little rowboat, right? What's happening? It's like, okay, let me
Yeah.
come back. Let me rest. Let me come back into connection with myself as opposed to whatever this is that feels not in alignment with what I know. So it's powerful. Thank you for that insight. That makes so much sense. You're so good at what you do. My God. Um,
I
I'm
just
going to take
heard
some
it. I
questions in
heard
the
it.
chat box. Perfect. I love that. Y'all, I'm going to take some more Q&A. We're going to do a lot more Q&A. And I want you all to know about the special offer. I want you all to sign up for a session with Debbie, 45 minutes. And there's also some amazing downloads that are there for you while you wait for your session, amplification, and what's ready, and after the sessions, of course, as well. April has put the link for the special offer in the chat box. Click on the link or open up a new link by going to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Debbie31B, and it'll take you to the special offer link. And Debbie, let's go through what you're offering on today's show.
All right. Well, you get a reading, it's 45 minutes and it feels like 10 minutes, or it can feel very short because me and whoever I'm talking to are in this altered state. But in that time, loved ones come through and talk and see things that you need to see. Angels come through, and if there's healing needed, you get healing. There's plenty of time for questions and maybe closure with different situations. But my favorite thing lately is if you struggle with leaving your body, or if that comes up in the conversation, is maybe working through and teaching you how to really get in there and feel what it feels like. And it goes by very fast. There's also 3 MP3s. One is you just listen to it and it's healing. It's channel vocals that I hear
Mm,
music in my head and I'll sing it. And it's channeled healing energy from the angel realm. That's called Healing Song of the Archangels. And just listening to it, you get a healing. The other one is a guided meditation, and it teaches you how to communicate with a loved one on your own. So when
mm,
you're going through your day and you don't have a thought of a loved one that's on the other side, and then all of a sudden they pop in your head, that's your window to do this meditation. It means it's time to talk to them, and you can just put this on and go. So it teaches you step by step how you can communicate with a loved one on your own when you think of them.
mm.
And
So amazing.
the last one is
And you have
fun.
healing songs.
Oh, what?
Oh, what's the last
Okay, hold
one?
on. I didn't hear that. The last one's a dance song, but it's about you can't see the stars without the dark. You can't see the light you know, if you've experienced like heavy, dark stuff in your life, you would never know the light without it. So that's kind of looking at it in a different perspective. You can't see the light without the dark.
Mm. I love your special offers. You bring in so many things that really connect us into the essence, into that truth. And it's again, where it's easy for us to receive the messages by just being in resonance with that love that's available to us, and the angelic benevolence that keeps showing up for us on a continuous basis. Now, you mentioned Michael earlier. What other angels do you connect with? I know Michael's a major player. He comes through. Do you have a host of angels that come through?
Oh yeah. So all the archangels, I'm calling on them for different reasons, but I would say my go-to for protection and clearing is Michael. Gabriel is awesome, especially like I'll ask Gabriel before we get on the air, what does everybody need to know? Help me say it. Gabriel's great for like, what do you want to say, or how do you need to say it, or give me the words. And Metatron is my number 3. Metatron, he shows up purple. So if any of you meditate and see purple, that's Metatron. He is the angel of order. Basically, what do I do next? What's my next step? What's a good place for me to be, go? You can ask him and you'll start getting thoughts like afterwards.
Amazing.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah, amazing what comes through. And again, you connect with loved ones. Do you connect with star beings also? Have you not connected with star beings? I forget.
I don't know if I've connected with you, but yeah, no, I've connected a lot with higher beings. They resonate just like angels, but the energy's slightly different, like Pleiadians, Syrians. The energy is it's very light and high energy, but it's a definite separate angel than angels. It's a different energy.
Amazing what comes through. And one thing that I so appreciate every time you and I begin a reading, and I assume you do this with everybody, is that you do a prayer of removing yourself of any potential outcome and really aligning with the purest information to come through. And the way that you do it, it's just so honoring of the space that we're opening up. It's so honoring of me as you do it and come in, and there's a relaxation and a deeper trust that becomes available, which then connects me to those guides in a way that I'm open to receive. Not just for them to come in, but that I'm open to receive as well. And that's the way that you do that. I've experienced other people doing their version of it, but there's something so pristine about your invocation. So y'all have to experience that. And again, it's part of your 45-minute reading. I'm sure you do it for everybody when you begin. Is that correct?
Always, because I got to get me out of the way. I don't know what's better. I don't. The angels do.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, y'all, there's a special offer I'm sharing on the screen. It's $147. It includes the readings, the 3 downloads. Debbie will record you record the sessions, correct? I forget sometimes. I'm like
yes,
with you.
If they would like. Some people don't want a recording. You just tell me if you want it and you get it. Yeah.
Okay. And so you have recorded sessions, and again, the information is just absolutely spectacular. I'm so grateful to be able to offer this to y'all through Debbie on a continuous basis here on BTO. But again, it's seasonal. It's not all the time. We do have the time limits on it. And again, I just highly recommend it. So please take advantage of it. And with that, Debbie, shall we continue?
Oh yeah, do it.
All right, let's go to more Q&A. So Tina wrote in, hello, Debbie. My partner and my dad crossed over 2 years ago this month, 2 weeks apart. Would love to know if there's any messages from my dad or Mike. Thanks. Again, this is Tina.
One of them smoking a lot. Like one of them was a smoker. I can smell it. So she's gonna probably smell that, and the psychic smelling, just like April did earlier. I smell cigarette. And one seems taller than the other too. I can see the different heights. One is significantly taller than the other one. But they're together. So I don't know if they were close. They're not like on separate. So they got along, it looks like. They're together. Let her know they're together. They never met. Well, they're together. They're together.
Interesting. Yeah, that's Mike. My dad's taller. They never met until now. Oh, that's sweet, Tina. Um,
That's awesome. Did one of them smoke? Did she answer that?
she did not answer that yet. Uh,
I'm curious.
it's
I
that
can
in a little
smell
bit.
cigarette.
Hmm.
They're together.
All right, Tina,
One's
that's true. Okay. The night before, yes, Mike spoke pipe or smoked pipe. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. And so many people writing, and we recommend Debbie's readings. Do it, do it. Amazing. All right, let's continue. How about we go to Zoe? Zoe, let's get you to unmute and welcome to the call.
Thanks, John. Thank you. How you going?
Hey,
Hi.
Zoe.
Oh, great to have you here. What's your question for Debbie?
Thanks. Hi, Debbie. My question is actually, do you know what I'd love? My sister's also on here, and she's put a question in the chat, John. So would you mind? I'm getting emotional. Would you mind answering her message?
Sure.
Will you read her question?
Yes, her name's Nadine, and she says, "Hi, John and Debbie. What work do the angels see me doing? I left my job back in March this year and I want to find something that brings me joy. Thank you."
Angels say she's a teacher. She needs to teach. So she's
Okay.
supposed to speak, teach, whatever makes her happy. But she's a natural teacher or a leader. That's her purpose.
She's really self-conscious and she doesn't feel comfortable in speaking, which is I'm sure is one of her great lessons along her journey, is to get more comfortable in expressing herself. She was a nurse. She used to teach dance. She used to teach ballet.
There you go.
So it's whether she goes into teaching yoga with kids or she loves interior design. So
Teaching.
teaching. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
She'll
Yeah.
really
The
appreciate
voice.
that.
She needs to, that's where her gift is here.
Mm-hmm.
I have to
Yeah, I
share, it
agree.
was whenever I was asked to publicly speak before I did the show or started going into this work, I never felt comfortable with it. It never was my cup of tea. I was speaking in formats that it had to be outlined or about a topic that wasn't really part of my soul path. I mean, it was what I was doing at the time, but whenever I got up to speak, it would never just come out. It was always really awkward and kind of in different places. And I never felt real confident speaking about it, even though I knew about the subject matter. But when I started doing the show and started speaking about these things that excited me, about my own personal experience instead of trying to teach from a textbook so that someone else can learn the textbook, that's when my expression became much more fluid and it filled me up. And I got a closer connection to my guides as I taught from my truth or shared from my truth rather than trying to share from somebody else's truth. And that's just for all of us here. When we speak from that place, we can't help but to be able to communicate in ways that we haven't before because we've never really had our own platform that we thought was relevant to share from, but you do, and she does. So it's beautiful uh, um, when we can just allow what inspires us to be what leads instead of doing something that we think inspires others. It's what inspires us and leading from there. So that's where she'll find her voice as well. And I'm curious, Zoe, what's your question for you? And what if you didn't have to be the voice for your sister anymore, by the way? I'm just putting it out there.
Thanks, John. And you speak so eloquently now and with such depth. and awareness. It's incredible. So you're
Yeah.
obviously doing what you're meant to do.
Years of practice, for sure.
I guess my question is something similar, Debbie, in that I was a dancer and a performer. Then I've done a whole heap of healing techniques. But when I think about when I was a child and what I loved to do, I was actually singing and performing. So,
Mm.
yeah, do I go into singing? Because I've been trying to get the healing thing going on, but it's just not working. It's just not happening.
So healers have to do what they love in order for the healing to be maximized. Do you love singing? Do you want to
Yeah, I
sing?
do.
Are you missing it? Do you want to do it again? That's
Yeah, I do.
that's where the healing will come through. It'll come
It
through.
heals me,
Mhm.
actually. Mm.
What you love to do will maximize your healing. You know, the healer will be maximized when they're doing what they love to do. Kind of like what John said, do what you love, and everyone gets a healing, including you.
Yeah, I love that.
Sing, sing,
Thank
sing,
you.
sing.
Okay, so you love it. So what do you do with something that you love?
Wrap your arms around it.
Right? You take action with it. You have
Mm.
relationship with it. Go ahead, Debbie.
Gabriel, you just psychically read me. Johnny, you're good. You're so good. Gabriel said, and write. He said, sing and write.
Mm.
Make
Like I
songs.
write through channel. Oh, writing songs?
Yeah,
Okay.
write songs.
I used to do that. I haven't done that for a long time.
Here we go.
There you go.
Switch it
Thank
up.
you so much for calling on me.
Thank you, Zoe. Blessings to you and your
Mwah.
sister. Both.
Love you. Blessings to you.
Love you too. All right, let's continue. So Sarah had a question, Debbie. Or yeah, she has a question in the comments. So good to see you, Debbie. My kids live in Israel and have closed their small cooking school, gathered volunteers, and are providing 700 meals a day for those in need. Any
Wow.
info or blessings from the angels? I'm sending compassion, love, and healing to both sides. Why does this keep going on?
Thank you for
Ooh.
asking.
Yeah, I'll get you
Hi.
to, yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, darling.
The thing in Israel is heartbreaking. What I pick up is I hear some kind of peace in December. It's not right now. It's in December. I can't hear Sarah. I lost.
I muted because she had music in the background. That was
Okay. Good.
um, so any insights as to her kids providing meals and that, and then the question, why does these keep happening? I think that's a complex answer, but it's also a very simple one.
Her children are protected. Then nothing's going to happen to her children. They're protected. But the angels are telling me there's peace in December. Why does it keep going? I heard dark versus light. It's literally like the battle. It's a spiritual battle. This is not just, over land, and it's very spiritual. Again, dark versus light.
And
Yeah,
let me,
I think so too. And I managed to stay even and to not engage when people want to argue about who's right, and just ask everyone to please pray for everyone on both sides. And I know this is a time of tremendous upheaval and in the world. I'm hoping that the time of peace is coming. This is, part of the almost Armageddon that's going to take us there.
well, how about we don't bring the beliefs of that in and really hold the highest aspects of what's there, and hold it in the light, because again, when we start imprinting with more fear, could you also feel the sense of disempowerment when that kind of came out, that was coming through? And I understand that we're all navigating in our own ways what it means for us, and then what we can do as we empower ourselves in it. And even if empowering ourselves means we feel a piece of our disempowerment, it's calling us back into wholeness, where we separate from ourselves, where we separate from our bodies. You have very strong energies, Sarah, that you carry. And I would invite you, as the teacher and light that you are, to share from your most empowered state, and to bring that light in for your children to receive, for the people who can feel your energy from across the ocean, and that you invite them into their highest, for sure.
I said to Guy, I said, you've got to go on, Guy, right? Because you've got to raise your hand.
Zoe
right?
talking?
I don't know who's talking. We'll find out.
We'll put it in the chat.
I just
Somebody.
wanted to say that,
Guys,
or just ask that you see
And
a
Zoe-
resolution.
Zoe, I'm going
Please
to
give
you.
me a second. I'm going to try to find Zoe so we
So
can
they
mute
called on me, and I said, actually, John, what I would love is.
as it comes through.
Then I got really emotional. Anyway,
Is
so that,
Zoe talking to her
There
sister?
we go. Oh,
Okay.
Sarah, share your final thought.
So you said not till December, and I will just pray that it's going to be sooner than that. And I will pray that there's going to be peace for everyone, and just an embracing of each other as human beings. And but can the angels just say, do they feel like there'll be some peace at the end of this, that maybe we can provide for everyone's needs?
They're saying peace in December, but what John's right. We can, if we can, maybe everyone hold space and ask Archangel Michael to protect Israel, protect everyone there, protect anyone threatened by war right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I have to ask one really fast thing. I was in a horrible accident 6+ months ago.
What's the question, Sarah? What is it directly?
The thing is that I can walk again now, but I'm having the most terrible back pain and I can't function. And I'm just wondering why 7 months after the accident, and if there's anything I can do to reduce this.
Awesome. Let Debbie answer, and I'll go on to the next caller. Thank you, Sarah.
So the angels are telling me that there's still like a hernia. The lower discs are herniated. So there's too much compression on the discs. This may, no surgery, but physical. Are you doing physical therapy? Something to release the compression?
She's saying yes.
Okay. Keep doing it. It'll work. It's going to work.
All right. Blessings to you and your family, Sarah. Thank you.
Hi, Sarah.
Okay, let's continue. How about we go to Michelle? Michelle, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Hi. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Debbie. Thank you, John and Debbie. I have just a very general question in that, do the angels or my guides have any wisdom that they want to pass on? And then I have a more specific question.
Well, the first thing I'm seeing is an angel number, 333. Miracle. 333 means miracle, but usually in health. So if you've had a health thing, or one of your family members, there is some kind of healing miracle in health.
Okay. And then more specifically, is there any wisdom or advice about writing?
So when I said miracle in health, that also, the writing has to do with, are you having a block with the writing? Is it kind of stopped?
Not so much a block, just I have a very powerful story to tell, but my confidence level about being able to tell it in the right way. So maybe that is a block.
Okay. There's part of the angels say very similar. Remember, we talked to someone that was low in the nutrient. It's like you have a gift of writing and as a messenger, but you're lacking some physical nutrient that's preventing you from actually getting it out. So there's something missing in the blood work this I heard vitamin D,
Okay.
like sunshine, milk, that kind of there's some lack, but I would do blood work to check to verify that. But you'll have the use of your gift to write and be a messenger. Your main angel is going to be Gabriel. Gabriel, give me the words. Tell me how to say this. But he's going to do it through channeling and the crown chakra. And you got to have that nutrient in order to bring it through.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you.
You'll finish it. You'll finish it.
Okay, I hope so.
And everybody, y'all are getting quick readings on the show today. Imagine in 45 minutes you can really go deep. And again, I just highly recommend the sessions. The healing that you gave me last time, was it last time or the time before? I've had so many readings of you lately. I just trust you so much but there was a healing that Debbie brought in. It's like, wow, something feels so different. Like it brought like an action taking ability that somehow was stuck. Kind of like walking through water, and then all of a sudden I felt like I was in clear waters, and then I can navigate that much more easily. So Debbie, I love that you're also an advocate for blood tests and Western and Eastern medicine, all in combination for what's right for us to bring in our physical body into alignment for what we're bringing through. So it's important. So come back and listen to the replay, Michelle.
Can I just ask, Debbie, could that healing be related to a relationship rather than a health issue?
I want you to get a private session with Debbie. I want you to go in deeper, because we can go through 5 or 6 questions easily with everybody, but I want to take as many people as possible. Debbie, do you feel compelled to answer right now? I don't want to cut you.
I just want to say it's all connected. It's not as separated as she thinks.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Michelle, blessings to you. All right, y'all, let's continue. Rochelle, welcome to the call.
Hi, I'm Foster. Rochelle's my mom. I'm just on her Zoom call.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, welcome.
Hi, Foster.
Hi. I just wanted to know if there was any guidance or messages that my angels are trying to tell me. I've been dealing with a ton of anxiety and some stomach and health problems, and I feel like there's some blockage with clarity right now.
So the first thing I pick up on you, do you know what the vagus nerve is, sweetie?
Mm-mm.
So there's a nerve that starts in your ear and goes over your jaw and over your throat. And when it's really tight, you get stuck in anxiety. So my question to you is, did you have like a dental surgery or tonsils or some kind of mouth procedure?
I have a lot of, my jaw pops every time I open it. I have a lot of tension and I sing a lot. I love performing. And so it's kind of affected me.
Yeah, this nerve is very tight. That's from the ear over the throat. There's different massages that you can look up on YouTube to loosen it. I would highly recommend that for you. That is what's tight. That nerve, when it's tight, we can't actually shake the anxiety. You have to loosen it to get the anxiety to go down. But it got tight. You sure there was no dental stuff? No, did you have a wisdom tooth pulled or?
No. Mm-mm. No.
No tonsils out. Nothing like, no mouth surgery.
No.
Teeth.
No, my mom has had jaw surgery and I've gotten some of her genetics with that, but no surgeries for me.
Wonder, you might be empathing your mother.
I was gonna say, does she need to cut cords with mom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
John.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
Okay, so both of you guys, I'm gonna just say, well, I think she's taken it on enough for it to feel like it's hers.
Oh, well, she needs to stop that.
Well, both of you do the vagus nerve massage. Look it up.
Okay, thank you.
Start doing it. It'll go away. And ask the angels to release what's not yours.
Yeah.
Release both of you. Release what's not your own.
Thank you so much.
Are you willing to release what's not yours?
Oh, good question.
Yes.
You are. No matter how much pain your mom's in, are you willing to release what's not yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reading that she was my mom in a different, in another.
Makes sense.
I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the most loving things that we can do for anyone that we love is to allow them their experience.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Do you have an invocation, Debbie, that she may be able to use to do that?
Well, I would say, yeah, Archangel Michael, I would do it now after we get finished with the question, just Archangel Michael, release what's not my own. But if it comes up again, because empaths constantly have to clear, you know that, right, John? Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're going to get the feeling or sensation again in the jaw. Angels release what's not my own. You probably have to say it quite a bit and start to see when you're feeling your mother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Salt baths, walking in nature while you're doing it, and deep meditation, asking your angels to take what's not yours, like open up a meditation space. It's like, okay, angels, take what's not mine and bring me what is. And bring me what I'm ready to receive at my highest. Because what are you going to replace that with? What's possible when you have a blank slate or more of a blank slate? Ask for both. I release what isn't mine, and I release this pain that isn't mine. I release this anxiety that isn't mine. And bring to me what's in my highest that I'm ready to receive at this time. I'm ready to be happy. I'm ready for my next inspiration. I'm ready to sing more and start naming it and expecting it to be provided.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, blessings to you, Rochelle. You too, Tina. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, let's continue here. Lori Dragon. With a name like that, how can I not call on you? Oh my God. And if you can, Lori, if you haven't found your mute button, if you can find that, that'd be great.
I found it. I did, Lori. Hi. Yes, I was born in the year of the dragon. So.
Awesome.
There we go. Hey, this is an amazing thing you've got here, John. Thank you for what you're doing for the community. And Debbie, wow.
Wow.
This is just so crazy. How do you get to that point with these angels? I've taken courses on angels, and some of them are conflicting about angels, and some was channeled through Archangel Ariel, and so she said that the angels feel, it's the humans that need the names. Do we need the names, or can we just call them angels?
When you can call on them in your own words, always, however you want to call them.
So one angel isn't better than another. I mean, I've gone to this, I knew Gabriel, and the different colors for different angels and things like that. But is it necessary to address them by name? I mean, I think they all kind of cover each other from what I understand.
Not necessarily. When you need help, you call the entire angel realm to help you, and you don't have to be specific. But I like to be specific sometimes because they each have, just like we do, they each have specific gifts. So why not get Michael for the best protection, Gabriel for the best words, Metatron for the best next step? Get them for their specialty, just like you would get a healer for their specialty.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah. Do you have anything specific for me from an angel, or is there any specific one angel you think I need at this point in my life?
Well, you got an angel number.
Oh, I do.
Okay. 555.
A
lot of change. A lot of change coming up. That's better.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
good.
All right, Lori, blessings to you.
Thank
you so much for calling in. Dive into the session with Debbie.
So much fun.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Lauren's definitely booking a session. Awesome. April, put the link for the special offer again in the chat box. Y'all, it's 45 minutes with Debbie. You get the the 3 recordings, the music, the dance music, the shift of the energy. Wait, you get the healing song of the archangels, the communicating with a heavenly loved one meditation, which is powerful, and stars in the dark, spiritual messages of hope from the angels. It's so beautiful. And you'll be able to book your session with Debbie. And if it's not for a couple of weeks or a few weeks, it's so worth it. I always find that my session always comes at the right time. I'm November 8th, by the way. I'm just letting you all know I kind of booked that date. So yeah, so much fun. So much fun what's coming through with that. And again, the link for that special offer is in the chat box, and I'm opening up my Zoom call again so I can get to y'all. While I'm doing that, let's go ahead and take another caller as we're going here. I'm trying to find my screens. Y'all give me a second. How about we go to Amber? Amber, welcome to the call.
Thank you. Hi, Debbie. Hi, John.
Hi, Amber.
So my question is about my aunt. She is sick with breast cancer, and she does not want to do chemotherapy, but she is willing to heal herself. So I just wanted to see if there's any guidance from the angels of what she can do.
Someone in heaven who's already crossed, female, goes, she is strong. Your aunt is tough. She's a tough cookie. So
she is.
I wouldn't argue with her. I would not argue with her. And her spirit is so strong. You know, the consciousness is everything. If she is determined to get well like that, she will.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, she's super strong in her thought.
So Amber, can I ask a question for you?
Yeah.
What can Amber do to come back into her power? Because there's a lot that you feel like you're losing, that you're not in control, that you can't guide. And what is it that Amber can do to come fill up her cup, so that she can just be an eminence of what's possible as well, rather than being in the fear of what an outcome might be?
So Amber's leaving her body over this information. This is trauma. This is traumatic for herself, her aunt. Stay in your body as much as possible. Angels, bring me back. Come back in. That'll help her stay empowered and strong and be there for her aunt.
Amber, want to do it together on the call?
You try?
All right, Debbie, leader, please.
All right, just repeat after me. And don't close your eyes. You want to stay present. Closing the eyes, you kind of leave a little bit. So stay present. Angels, put me back in my body.
Angels, put me back in my body.
And it's October 19th.
It's October 19th.
2023.
2023.
One more time. Angels, put me back in my body.
Angels, put me back in my body.
And it's October 19th.
It's October 19th.
2023.
Her
voice changed just a little bit on that last one. Yeah. Calmer.
Thank
you. You feel it?
Don't forget to use this, Amber. Don't forget to come back to us over and over again. If you need to do it 50 times a day, who cares?
Yeah.
It'll just bring you back, and before you know, it's like it's not even a thing. But it's wonderful. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Amber. Blessings to you and to your aunt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's tough.
She's tough. Awesome. Joanne, welcome to the call.
Hello. Hi, John and Debbie. Yeah, I went through a very long dark night of the soul, and I've been out of it now for a while, but I'm just getting ready to enter back into life. And I'm kind of like grabbing my toolkit and kind of looking at, you know, who I'm becoming. And I'm feeling like early November is the time for me to start taking the bigger steps. because I do want to get through this eclipse season because I'm definitely feeling it. But I don't know, maybe it could be longer. So anything the angels want to say around my path and gathering my gifts, any direction about that and any direction on timing would be great.
Well, I keep hearing you're a teacher too. We got another teacher here, and groups. So I don't know if you're going to lead groups or Zoom groups or some kind of teaching classes, groups. But I'm hearing February.
Okay.
So the beginning of the year, pretty much, you would get going. That's what I heard.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing a lot, is doing Zoom groups and things like that. Yeah.
Teaching.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So Debbie, is there anything that Joanne can start doing today for February? Or is it just like twiddle thumbs until February comes along, which I know typically is not the case?
Right. No, I think she's up and running and the groups are like in session in February. So there's a lot of prep, I'm sure, before that. So I would go ahead and start all your ideas, start actually putting them into action and get them ready to start end of January. So you're already in class. You're teaching these classes in February.
Right.
Are you channeling, Joanne?
Well, yeah, I channel. I wouldn't say like I channel a specific energy, but I constantly feel like I'm getting downloads.
and that's why I kept feeling that I get for you to tap into that channel, like deliberately get into channel mode and ask, how should I build this platform? What should I teach? What do you want me to share? How to show up in my power? How do I show up in a way that provides me joy? How many people want to be in this class? Is this name of the title? Should it be this or should it be this? And be really specific in your questions and channeling the guidance through your own awareness, through what's coming through you. Debbie, yes, please.
No, she's going to be on fire in her little groups. Like they're going to be getting all kinds of downloads, but also the idea for what she's teaching is downloaded. You know, the style and what your groups are.
Right,
so
Joanne.
show up and be a
Gabriel.
vehicle.
Yeah. Gabriel. Call on Gabriel. Give me the words.
Okay.
Give me the words. Show me what to say. Show me what these, different classes are going to be, the sections.
I love what you're doing, Joanne. And thank you for what you're doing and how you're doing in the essence. Because again, we wonder how we bring peace to situations, how we bring resolutions to energies that want to be uplifted with us, even though they may be confused about why they come in to pull us down. We ask how we can be more of the light, and we look for solutions, and we look for technologies, and we try to separate and judge what is dark and what is light. And we're bringing everything into wholeness. There's never been a war that has ended a war, not outside of us and not within us also. And so what we're doing is that we're realizing that we're the technology that's going to bring the shift. It's not a piece of cord that some representatives at the UN come together and say, this is what we're doing. They're going to create the solution because it's going to be in resonance with who we're choosing to become inside of us, where we're willing to stop fighting outside and inside of us. We are the technology. You are investing, Joanne, in the most prized of teachings, which is helping others to see the beauty within themselves.
Yes.
Y'all, this work that is done in these types of spiritual and personal transformation, it's the currency. It's going to be the most valuable as we move forward. And it's what shifts the world in the way that we know can be shifted, in the way that in the things that we're experiencing in different realities doesn't make sense to us anymore because you're already so far into a realm where that doesn't exist. And let's bring that forward for everybody. Debbie, what were you about to share? Again, I love it. I just tuned into it's like there's so much like flowing through you.
Well, I told you about this when I experienced this she's getting a healing when you're talking to her. I just felt it again. There's like healing energy going into her.
Hmm.
She's going to be on fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think a lot of us on these calls are going to fire.
I think so.
A lot that's coming through. Debbie, do we have time for another question? I wanted to, there's just
Yeah.
so many people that I want to call, but I want to take someone else. And Gurjeet, welcome to the call. I'm so curious as to what your question is because I couldn't hang up without calling on you.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you, Debbie. My
Hi,
question.
Gurjeet.
Yes, I
Hi.
did. So I had mentioned in the Q&A, a few days ago, I was feeling really depressed and low energy and almost suicidal. I left home and I was out for about 5 or 6 hours, really in a dark space. And then I came back. And the question I have is, I'm always struggling with relationships. Now, when I look back at my life, whether it's my siblings, my family, my son, my daughter-in-law, whatever, the relationships are a huge block in my life. And Debbie, can you shed some light on that? And what should I do about it? And please, some healing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Gurjeet, you said you left the house feeling really dark. Did it pass or do you still have that feeling?
It lasted for 2 days. When I came back, like for 2 days, I slept 22 hours out of 24. So I was sleeping all the time. But after those 2 days, the dark energy gradually lifted off. And now I'm feeling better. And the problem is currently with my son, and he doesn't recognize what I went through. And he thinks like, maybe I just left home to, make them suffer, which wasn't the case. And so currently he isn't even talking to me, and it's been maybe 4 or 5 days. And that's my struggle currently. So I need help with that. And what should I do?
So first of all, getting rid of the dark energy is the most, feeling that low right away. My feeling was something attached or dark energy got on you. Now, is anyone in your family that you're dealing with in addiction? I pick up addiction of some kind.
I'm not aware of any addiction in the family. Like, the common addictions are, alcohol, drugs, and that.
It might not be common. Yeah, it might not be a common addiction. I pick up addiction that's causing, so addiction can lower the aura, no matter what the addiction is, even if it's not a physical or drug addiction, it can actually lower the aura. So someone in your very tight-knit family is running addiction of some kind and bringing low or attracting low energy, and you're picking it up. So angels, release what's not of the light. When you do not feel like yourself, Gurjeet, angels, release what's not of the light. When one of your children does not feel like themselves, release what's not of the light. Archangel Michael, release what's not of the light. You may have to say that for yourself and everyone in the family. There is some kind of low energy that keeps crawling through the family, but it comes in the form of addiction. It could be any addiction of any kind, gambling, shopping, anything.
The only thing I can think of is my mother-in-law, and we live together. We're like 4 generations living together, and she's addicted to gossiping about me. No matter what I do, she's always has the phone to her ear, and she's talking bad about me. So that's the only addiction I can think of.
Well, low energy, it brings low energy. So constantly clear the low energy. Whatever's not of the light, angels release it, especially when you feel the way you felt. And if anyone on this call ever feels like that, please say this prayer. Angels, release what's not of the light. Take it to the light. It works.
Thank you. And what should I do about the relationship issue and the not talking that's going on with my son?
I would say the prayer for him, because you can, as a mother, say it for your children. Yeah, anyone who's a mother can say this prayer for their children. What I feel is if you release it from him, any dark energy from him, he'll want to talk. His heart will open back up. When when dark energy is attached to us, our heart wants to close, doesn't want to be open.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you.
God, it's
Gee,
sweet.
thank you so much. I want to take another caller. I'm going to go a little bit longer. Okay.
Yeah, go for
There's
it.
like an energy that wants to come through. April, one more time, the special offer link for the reading, Gurjeet. Maybe go into another reading with Debbie. Go deeper and amplifying also, like the downloads, the meditations, all that. They help to raise frequency. They put you in an environment where you're more gathered in your own light than being scattered in other people's, even if you feel a little off. The invocation for coming back into today's date, we're leaving our body, use that. That's so powerful. And Gurjeet, I would suggest for you also is that as you're becoming more aware that there's something else going on, maybe within the family that doesn't feel good, instead of feeling disempowered by it, feel empowered that you're aware of it. It's like, oh, I see you. I may not be able to identify specifically what you are, but I feel and see like an energy that's kind of trying to not be transparent with me. We'll just call it that. That's trying to hide something from me. And invoke in yourself anybody or any energies that wish to be in relationship with me. Fully present yourself to me. And if they don't fully present yourselves to me, then you're not invited in. And just practice that on a continuous basis. Also come back into your empowerment, and just begin noticing. It's a little bit of training to notice when things are showing up and when they're not, but you'll feel it. And when in doubt, it's like, until you present yourself fully, it's like, we're going to keep up certain walls around us until either go away or you decide to present yourself fully. And just know that you're empowered in this. Know that you're empowered. Gurjeet,
So
one more question.
Is this energy, just 1 second, is this energy in a person or is it in the environment?
It's attracted by one person, but moving around from different people. So it's not just in the environment, it's actually attaching. That's why it's causing an issue. Addiction can cause an attachment.
All right, Gurjeet. Blessings too. Yes. And how smart of you to step away and come back. So
yeah, good idea.
Lorraine, I have to call on you. We're going longer because of you also. So welcome to the call.
Okay. I lost my employment about a month ago, and I was just wondering if Metatron had any advice of next steps.
Sorry, Lorraine. Yes. So he's saying the word opportunity. I'm going to ask him to show us the next opportunity. So there is another opportunity. I'm seeing a capital S. This could be someone's name or a company work for you. I'm also seeing January. So it might not start till January or be around January. But in the near future, you know what I'm talking about. Capital S for the company name or the person that we would contact or be contacting you. Feels like a female. Are there any S's that come to mind right now?
No.
Okay.
But I'll keep an eye out.
It's going to come across your path or to your consciousness, but the opportunities, angels say it's coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, female. So I would keep your networking going, but keep an eye out for that. But if something comes across your path that is kind of, hey, do you want to do this? Are you interested in this? Take them seriously.
Okay, thank you.
Blessings, Lorraine. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And I love that you said opportunity. The second you said that, Debbie, I got excited. It's like, oh, opportunities. Right, that's cool. What's going to reveal?
Yeah.
So
he has an opportunity.
Enjoy the ride, Lorraine.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for calling in. Y'all, the special offer links in the chat box. Get your session with Debbie. Get the prayers, the music. the connection with loved ones. That's available through there, and dive into more of Debbie. Why wouldn't you? Again, the link's in the chat box. Take advantage of it. We'll send the replay link out a little bit later in an email. You can always access replays on beyondtheordinaryshow.com/replay. The prayers, the invocations, the empowerments that were coming through, dealing with different energies coming in, the relationship with different situations that are happening collectively, astrologically. Powerful. I love how you just connect, Debbie, and it just so elegantly comes through and it feels so spot on. So just thank you for the way that you let your ego go, but at the same time are so aware of when to allow your awareness to lead other than the guides. It's just, yeah, it's how you orchestrate all of that is really just extraordinary. So thank you for how you show up, and in the way that you show up.
Back at you, John. Thank you.
Oh, so fun to have you on here. Enjoy LA. She's on the West Coast
Yes.
today. Enjoy being in LA.
Hi from
Enjoy your
LA.
sessions. And I look forward to our session and the next time we talk as well. And
Me too.
everybody on the call, I look forward to our next session, our next call, and the next time that we're together also. And with that, I bow to each and every one of you and namaste. You are the technology that we've been waiting for. You are. Thank you for that. I'll see you all on the next call.